Namaste and welcome to Youth TV Show produced by Today's Youth Asia. Youth TV Show is an attempt to foster the creativity of young minds by providing a platform to address the issues that concerns the society. My name is Sunita and in today's episode we are featuring the event Social Development Award 2012 organized by the Youth Foundation Nepal. This award honored 40 national and international social entrepreneurs and one committee organization for their outstanding contribution for the society and the nation.
आज एकदमै गौरवान्वित भएको छु। यो भन्दा अगाडिको अवार्डहरू पाउँदा भन्दा आज मलाई गौरव महसुस यो पनि भएको छ कि आज मै जस्तो युथले चाहिँ मलाई नै अवार्ड दिनु भएको छ र अघिल्लो अवार्डहरुमा भन्दा आजको अवार्डबाट चाहिँ अझ मैले थप धेरै जिम्मेवारी बोध अनुभव गरेको छु र यहाँलाई पनि थाहा हुनुपर्छ हामीले पनि युथहरुसँगै काम गरिरहेका छौं। रक्षा नेपालले विशेष गरी चाहिँ क्याबिन डान्स र मसाजमा यौनजन्य शोषणमा परेका महिलाहरू र बच्चाहरूको हकहितमा काम गर्दछ। अबको दिनमा युथ फाउन्डेसन नेपाल र रक्षा नेपालको एउटा कसिलो कोलाबोरेसनमा चाहिँ यहाँ भइरहेका समाजमा भइरहेका विकृति विसङ्गतता विरुद्ध लड्न सकियोस्, त्यो साथ त्यो जाँगर जोश हामीमा आओस्। यति भन्दै मेरो दुई शब्द यही चुन्नाउँछु। धन्यवाद।
मैले भाषण गर्न र जाने छैन। धन्यवाद चाहिँ दिन्छु यो युथ भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई। मुरीमुरी धन्यवाद। उत्तरोत्तर प्रगति होस्, मनले चिटाजटी पुगोस्, यो देशमा राम्रो काम गर्न सकेको होस् भन्न चाहन्छु।
Really, I'm deeply honored to stand here today. My heart is full of joy and pride. It's good to see so many of you here. With support from Swedish friends, Smiles has given light to the schools, making studies much easier and saving eyes in where we work, in Sinduli. Smiles has enabled students and adult villagers to explore the miracle of computers. Smiles has also improved health and sanitation by building toilets. And what I think, above all, by doing this, Smiles has given hope and inspiration to the villagers who now, by own hands, have made vital improvements in their own community. Now Smiles is that way all over the world, but still with a pounding heart in Nepal. And this is what makes Smiles so special to me, that it's driven by Nepal's own youth, by their own knowledge, driven by their own visions and dreams, and by their own power, love, and passion.
Basically, Smiles is about what we do is we use engineering and technology combined with local level participation, love, peace, everything, and we are trying to make social and economic changes happen in these places.
And we are very proud to be a part of this award ceremony, and we want to thank you for this Youth Foundation Nepal for encouraging the youths like us who are working in rural villages and rural parts of the country. We went to the rural part, the Sindul district, where it is my home. It is still not connected with electricity and with road. We took the programs, the initial pilot phase first program in that school, in that village, connecting the two schools with the electrifying the two schools with solar panels. And then we started the adult literacy class there, and after some times we constructed solar power computers in those two schools. We are also working in the sanitation sector, making public toilets. Each public toilets that has been constructed is shared by 2 or 3 households. Finally, I would like to thank you for creating this platform, and I'm very proud, Smiles is very proud to meet the youths, like-minded youths like you all.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for this award. I'm very honored to be receiving this from Youth Foundation Nepal today. I'd mostly love to thank my partners, my local partners at Sewa Nepal, for working so hard to make my project, this Teaching and Learning Initiative project, successful in Nepal, and all the youth and adults who were involved. The project that I was working on here is called the Teaching and Learning Initiative, and part of the goal is very relevant to today's program, because our biggest goal is to get youth, young people, involved in their communities, invested and involved in their communities. What we do is we partner youth with adults in equal teaching and learning relationships. So we'll have the youth will teach the adults something like literacy or computing or some basic skill that's very necessary to the adults' lives. And then the adult will also teach the youth something, be it a skill, a craft, cultural knowledge, anything they have to share. And the goal of it is to break out of traditional ideas of what is valuable knowledge and show that all people have knowledge that is valuable and all people have knowledge to share. I am very grateful to Youth Foundation Nepal for promoting this work as well, and hope that they continue and everyone here continues, and that we can all continue to stay as a network in building social contributions to social development in Nepal. So thank you.
First, I came as a trekker and a climber, and now I found so many Nepali friends everywhere. And in my profession, I'm working as an organizer and manager for a bicycle association in Germany, organizing tourism projects. But in my real profession, I'm an environmentalist from the bottom. From the 70s, we started in Germany to change the things for a better environment. I'm always coming back to Nepal to help the people here to improve. And I go to the bottom line, and I go to act, and not only to speak, I'm going to act. And therefore, I'm very proud to get this. Thank you.
Actually, this award has expected me and my team to expect more from ourselves. We were established in 2006 in Birgans, and we have been working in 5 districts now among the socially marginalized and impoverished communities in Tarai. What we have been doing is we have been doing programs based on whole community approach by promoting and inspiring the voices of youths, and by inspiring the people out there to tackle their own problems which have been ignored by the government and security sectors. We have a huge team. We have 17-member executive committee, more than 1,500 volunteers working for us throughout Tarai, and we have over 50 members and over 20 staff right now. उहाँहरुको दिनरातको मेहनतले नै यो अवार्ड मैले पाएको हो र when I go back to Birgans, I'm going to give them, and I know how happy they're going to be कि काठमाडौँमा आएर हामीले यो अवार्ड लिएको छौं.
I would like to thank Youth Foundation Nepal for recognizing and awarding our works. It is an inspiration and encouragement for us to move further and contribute for the society and country as a whole. I was always thinking to contribute something to the whole world. Me being a Nepali, a citizen of a developing country, while into action I realized that the social contributors can give the message of change, effective enough to change the perspective of people to contribute for their own society. All around the world, there are social contributors dedicated to the development of their community and society. SCAN Nepal aims to unite them all. SCAN Nepal is a non-profit organization working to bring peace through development in every society and community. Thank you once again. I would like to dedicate this award to all my team members who have been really active to contribute themselves and have been there to make their hand dirty, to make the mind of the people clean.
म काठमाडौँमा फोहोरको मोहर बनाउने काम गर्छु र यो आज जुन अवार्ड मैले पाउँदै छु यो अवार्ड हाम्रो विकास भएको नेपालमा मिडिया मैले यहाँ धेरै मेरो साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ फेसबुकमा मैले यहाँ देखिरहेको छु यो फेसबुक माध्यम तर हाम्रो जुन सञ्चार माध्यम छ यहाँ कतिजना पत्रकार हुनुहुन्छ त मलाई थाहा छैन तर सायद हामीले गरेका कामहरू पत्रिकामा नआएको भए हामीले यो अवार्ड पाउने थिएनौँ धेरै युवाहरूलाई मैले ओरिएन्टेसन दिने गर्छु मैले ओरिएन्टेसन दिँदाखेरि के भन्छु भने तपाईहरु कतिजना एउटा मौका पाउनु भयो भने बाहिर जानुहुन्छ भन्दाखेरि 100% मान्छेले हात ठडाउनुहुन्छ यदि यो राष्ट्रको सबै रगत तपाईले विदेशमा गएर चुहाउनु भयो भने यो राष्ट्र कसले बनाइदिन्छ यो राष्ट्र बनाउने हामी युवाहरू हौं हुन त म 50 वर्ष भए सायद 22-25 वर्षको म हुन्थे भने म यस्तो नक्सा कोर्दिन्थे यो देश 20 वर्षमा आमूल परिवर्तन गर्न सक्छ म के भन्न चाहन्छु भने यी हाम्रो हात छन् यी हातले हामी धेरै काम गर्न सक्छौं अरु केही नगरौं नेपाली सिर्फ 8 घण्टा काम गरौं हामी एकदम धनी छौं हामी यो राष्ट्रलाई यस्तो बनाउन चाहन्छौं यो स्विजरल्यान्ड हुन्छ तर धन्दा नमानुस् धेरै होइन हामी यो कार्यमा जुन कार्य गर्नुभएको छ हामी सहयोग गर्छौं धेरै युवाहरू हुनुहुन्छ हामी 10 वर्षमा नेपाललाई आमूल परिवर्तन गर्न सक्छौं भन्दै यो फेडरेसनलाई धन्यवाद दिँदै तपाईहरुसँग बिदा माग्छु धन्यवाद
आज अभिनन्दित सबै व्यक्तित्वहरू स्वदेशी अथवा विदेशी जो नेपालको सामाजिक क्षेत्रमा विभिन्न तवर तबकामा काम गर्ने सबैलाई म बधाई दिन चाहन्छु सफलताको शुभकामना दिन चाहन्छु अहिलेको स्थितिमा जबसम्म युवाहरू समाजमा हरेक तवर तबकामा नेतृत्वदायी पदमा पुग्न सक्दैन तबसम्म नेपालको आर्थिक सम्पन्नता सम्भव छैन किनभने यो देशको विकास हुन नसकेको अथवा यो देशले प्रगति गर्न नसकेको अथवा यो देशले साँच्चैकै अग्रणी नेतृत्व लिन नसकेको कारण के हो भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो यहाँ लिडरशिप धेरै भए नेताहरू तर नेतृत्वमा बस्ने व्यक्तिले आफ्नो वास्तविकता नेतृत्वमा गएपछि भुलिदिए हामी सञ्चारकर्मीहरू हामीले के सामाजिक एजेन्डालाई मुख्य प्राथमिकता बनाएका छौं त के हामीले सामाजिक सेवामा एजेन्डामा राष्ट्रिय बस सिर्जना गरेका छौं त यो गम्भीर प्रश्न आज नेपाली युवाहरूको अगाडि युवतीहरूको अगाडि सुरु भएको छ हामीले यहाँ एउटा कुनै नेता आएको भए यहाँ कुनै प्रचण्ड झल्ला सुशील कोइराला अथवा कुनै बिग पर्सन पोलिटिकल पार्टीको लिडर आएको भए मिडियाको क्युरियोसिटी व्यापक रूपमा हुन्थ्यो तर आज हामीले भन्नै पर्छ यो ठुलो काम गरेको थियो युथ फाउन्डेसन नेपालले यत्रो 14 जना व्यक्तित्वलाई अभिनन्दन गर्ने कार्यक्रम थियो खोइ त यहाँको मिडियाको उपस्थिति अन्त्यमा जाँदा जाँदै साँच्चै जागरुक युवा युवतीलाई प्रोत्साहन गर्ने अगाडि बढाउने र यसलाई राष्ट्रियकरण गर्ने काममा रिपोर्टर्स क्लब नेपाल र तपाईहरुको साथमा रहने प्रण गर्दै बिदा हुन चाहन्छु हस्त नमस्कार
Namaste everyone. I'm representing Planet Finance. We are an international NGO based in France and working on poverty alleviation. I just would like to say a few words about what we call social entrepreneurs. Actually, I believe that in our societies, business entrepreneurship is essential, as you know, in our society, to create, distribute goods and services. It also provides employment to the people. And you have to, we know that in most of the countries, including in developing countries and developed countries, actually the very small and medium enterprises are the main contributors to the economy. Social work, or what we call social contributor, are contributing to the welfare of the people. Usually they support the society by providing education, basic services, health, supporting people, and these people usually complement the state. So what is social entrepreneurship? Is that people who make a business, who make an activity, but also with a social impact. And I believe this is really important today in our society because we have, as I say, this the pure business and small entrepreneurs who are essential to the economy, but usually they don't contribute that much to the social services. And in another hand, we have the social contributors who, of course, give their time, their resource, but they also have to make a living. And so that's where social business is coming, because these people manage to create an activity, a business which is sustainable in the long run. I think today we have people from all over Nepal, from the remote districts of Nepal, the rural districts of Nepal, and we really have to praise these people for their contribution.
I would like to congratulate Youth Foundation Nepal for successfully launching the Social Development Award for the first time. With your support and with their hard work, I'm sure they will carry it on every year. And in the very first year, the way they have selected winners from all over the country and all over the world, this is a very good start. Actually, most of the organizations reach here after working for several years and with a lot of hard work. So I would say it's a very good start. It's a very encouraging start. And listening to most of the winners, it is amazing what you're doing with your capacities in whatever size and quantity that is. And as most of you said, it's not how much you give, it's not how much you get. It's this effort that you take at a difficult time. And while I was listening to you, I was taking some of the notes and also trying to relate that to my own life. In my work, since last 10 years, I have seen smugglers become politicians, politicians become ministers, ministers getting the salutes of the policemen, getting on the cover pages of the magazines, having no issues with money because even the industries would give them the money, whereas when some young people going to get some funding for some of their small projects, they would be denied because they are just a bunch of young, romantic change makers. So event like Social Development Award, it's very meaningful at this phase of history or this phase of time. It's very important that an organization and a couple of young people, Sunil himself is a very young person and has motivated a lot of young people who through various ways tries to find out who are doing good works in the country. What you're doing is very noteworthy, it's amazing. Please keep it like this. The honor and then the dignity that you receive from what you're doing, I think that's the major achievement and it should always stay like that. And if only we can relate that, we can translate that, we can impart that to the young generation saying that this is the most important thing. We will not have trafficking issues. We will not have the dance bars anymore. We will not have corrupt people anymore. We have 150,000 cops and army in the country. That's a lot of power. If they only stayed honest, they are good enough to take care of the security of the country. If only they were not corrupt, if only they didn't have any political interference, they all want to be honest and dedicated, but they have families to run, they have issues to deal with. And if young people like us, some of us, could go to the security sectors, to the armed police force, to the Nepal police, to the Nepal army, and tell them that we would like to work with you, we would like to make sure that we give you the respect so that you can differentiate between being respected and being hated. Probably most of them would choose to be respected than to be hated. If some of you could tell them that we will educate your kids for free, you don't have to corrupt the money to pay their tuition fees, probably they would have an option. And these are the new areas we should be looking at. Otherwise, what some of the previous speakers said, we are at a very difficult time. I myself see, being in the media, what we saw in public is only 5 or 10% of what we know. We see to what level of heinous crime people in power do. the amount of insensitivity they live with every day, and to the level of pain they cause to the people. It's just unimaginable. And what is even worse is they get away with it so easily. There has to be an answer to that. There has to be an end to that. And it has to be young people like us trying to get into it and not run away from it. And to find out the local solution to it. We have had United Nations get involved with the peacekeeping. It didn't work. We invited experts from all over the world. It didn't work. It has to be a local solution. It has to be local calculations. We have to find people in the grassroots and give them the space to come up with their own ideas. And then only we will see the country moving forward. And I personally would like to see that day come. And until that, whatever works that I do, my team does, youth organizations does, is basically the stepping steps only. Until and unless we don't see end to this impunity, I would say hope is still at a distance. So lastly, thank you for this opportunity. I'd like to congratulate all the winners, congratulate the organizers, and I would like to thank you who are not the organizers and who are not the winners to be here to encourage us all. Thank you very much.
I left everything in France 4 years ago to come to Nepal to set up here, and I'm first an entrepreneur in Nepal, as most of you, I believe, before being French. I think it's surprising maybe for Nepali young people to see those foreigners coming to their country and leaving everything. It's going to be 4 years I've been here working. I have to say I love myself here, even if it's challenging and tiring and not so easy. I hope my choice of coming to Nepal and live and work here can inspire people, can give some confidence in, like, if those foreigners come here, there is something special in our country, and there is really something special in Nepal. What we find in Nepal, we don't find it anymore in developed countries. Many things are lost there, and you still have them here. So it's kind of a treasure, and there are so many things to do with this and with the resources of this country. So I hope my position, my work, can bring something to change Nepal on the good way.
अवार्ड पाउनुभएको महानुभावहरूलाई धेरै धेरै बधाई पनि छ। यहाँ चाहिँ अब म चाहिँ एउटा युवाको नाताले विगत 10 वर्षदेखि समाजमा विभिन्न कामहरू गरिरहेको छु। यहाँमध्ये पनि म केही साथीहरूसँग मिलेर काम गर्छु। म चाहिँ समाजमा रहेको विभिन्न एउटा वर्ग जो चाहिँ सडकमा रहेको युवाहरूसँग चाहिँ कामहरू गर्छु। यहाँ चाहिँ धेरै प्रशस्त सम्भावनाहरू छ युवाहरूको काम गर्ने। म पनि त्यो युवाहरूको लागि काम गर्छु, जसले चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ केही गर्न सकिन्छ। अवार्ड पाउने सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरूले नेपालमा केही गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने एउटा ठुलो विश्वास लिएर नै गरिरहनु भएको छ। त्यसको लागि चाहिँ मेरो आफ्नो एक्सपिरियन्स सेयर गर्न पाउँदा पनि एकदम खुसी लागेको छ। म पनि सयौँ ती बालबालिकाहरूको भविष्यको लागि काम गरेको छु। म चाहिँ एउटा चिल्ड्रेन होमको एउटा फाउन्डर हो। त्यसबाहेक पनि हार्टबिट भन्ने एउटा अर्गनाइजेसन जसले चाहिँ युवाहरूसँग काम गर्छ, एउटा प्लेटफर्महरू डेभलप गर्ने कामहरू गर्छ होइन। त्यो कामहरू गर्छ। मेरो एक्सपिरियन्स भनेको चाहिँ विगत म चाहिँ 14 वर्षदेखि चाहिँ एउटा भोलिन्टियरको रूपमा काम गरेको छु। अहिले चाहिँ लगभग 12-13 वर्ष भइसक्यो। अहिले पनि म भोलिन्टियरको रूपमा स्वयंसेवक रूपमा कामहरू गरिरहेको छु। त्यही भएर मेरो एक्सपिरियन्स भनेको चाहिँ अब त्यही नै हो। युवाहरू चाहिँ एउटा चेन्ज मेकर हो युथ आर नट ट्रबल मेकर दे आर अ चेन्ज मेकर भन्ने मेरो मान्यता हो होइन नेपालमा गरिन्छ युवाहरूलाई चाहिने भनेको एउटा स्पेस हो त्यो स्पेसहरू चाहिँ जुन कुराहरू नेपालमा पाइरहेको छैन नेपालमा युवाहरू पनि त्यो भइरहेको छ अहिले चाहिँ नेपालमा एनजिओको एउटा हाबी आइएनजिओको हाबी गरेर स्पेसहरू पनि युवाहरूले पाइरहेको छैन होइन डेभलपमेन्ट सेक्टरमा चाहिँ त्यही भएर पनि गाह्रो छ एउटा प्लेटफर्म हो युवाहरूलाई त्यो चाहिने कुराहरू चाहिँ पायो भने चाहिँ धेरै कुराहरू गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने एउटा उदाहरण पनि हो यो अवार्डको एउटा उदाहरण पनि हो यो अवार्ड जसले पाउनुभएको छ एउटा त्यो ठुलो उदाहरण पनि हो भन्दै मेरो 2 शब्द यहीँ टुङ्गाउँछु धन्यवाद
My one lesson to the young people of Nepal is try to be a good entrepreneur, not always a job seeker, and try to be a good conducted citizen, not a big person. If you think on it and if you realize on it, you can go ahead. There is no any barrier and there is no any difficulty, because here today we saw 14 young global leader and change maker in this program, and one community-based best organization of the year, creating Smile. Youth Foundation Nepal, established in 2009 as a youth-led organization, is a headquarter in Kathmandu, and since 2009 we have been working in educational studies, likewise educational issues in Nepal, and reproductive health and women empowerment. And our radio series has broadcasted from 25 FM station, midwestern part of Nepal and in Kathmandu still. And then in our next series, we are going to start our television series, Open Talks, related to foreign policy and youth and development around the world. It's the first program in Nepal to promote the social contributor and social entrepreneurship in Nepal. At first, Change Future Nepal has organized this ceremony, but they provided award to the social entrepreneurship belong to Nepal, because we provided award to the young global minded social contributor around the world. At last, I want to work with you in cooperation, coordination, and in mutual friendly behavior. And our main mission is to connect with young global minded people around the world. You all are the inspiring for me and other people, and yourself also. And you always try to be a good conducted citizen, not a big person. Just try to be a good entrepreneur, not always a job seeker. And you also teach those things to your other colleagues and friends and other people. At last, thank you all of you.
Thank you for being with us. We look forward to your feedback. Our email address is youthtya@gmail.com. We hope to see you next week at the same time. Have a nice week. Namaste.